are you? And welcome to the show with everything you could ever want to make and do right at your fingertips.
I'm Naomi.
I'm Stephen.
And here's what's coming up on today's show.
Find out how to recycle your old jeans into a funky decorated style file.
What can you make with a piece of paper and 2 magnets in under a minute?
And we show you how to treat your mates to a cool sleepover party, complete with the game of spinning pizza.
And for all the details on today's makes, check out the Fingertips website, address at the end of the show. Or grab a pen and paper and jot it down straight away. For years we've wondered about life on other planets, heard about distant beings and, weird-looking creatures visiting our world.
Leave it. And at long last we can prove that aliens do exist. Have a look at these photos.
Yes, and there's me with some alien spacecraft in the background. And oh look, didn't even notice that submarine emerging from the lake behind me. And that was the day me and Stephen saw a space rocket.
That was a day, wasn't it?
It was.
Now that does look as though the rocket is part of the photo, and if you were to draw it in a pen, then it could rub off. But with these photos, it doesn't. See, this is Techno Fingertips, the part of the program where we show you how to put technology to creative use and fill your friends with some spoof photos. So how do you do them? Well, first of all, you need to have your original photo, and you also need the matching negative. Now, so you can see the negative, we're going to use a light box, just switch that on. There we go. And whatever you're going to draw, you need to do it very gently and use something very pointy. So we're going to use a pair of compasses. Now, I'm going to try and make it look as though Naomi is looking at some birds. So just draw them in. There we go. Like that. And it's a really good idea if you do have the original photo beside the negative. That way you can plan exactly where you want to draw. And when you do get it redeveloped, your original photo should go from this to this.
And the way to do it at home, if you don't have a light box, is to hold your negative up against a window. That way you can see which is the front and which is the back, and also see clearly what you're drawing. Just like this.
And how about this? If you draw onto your negative with a black permanent marker, when you have it developed, it will actually turn out white, like this rocket just here. And what you draw on your negative depends what's in your photo. So if you're beside a lake, you could draw a picture of the Loch Ness Monster. And my favourite are the scary bats flying overhead.
Or you could even put nuts and bolts onto the side of someone's neck and turn them into a gruesome monster. So why not have a go at fooling your friends with a Fingertips spoof photo? It's not bad likeness actually, is it, Stephen?
Very funny.
This is Little Fingertips, the part of the programme where we show you how to make something by recycling stuff you'll probably have lying around at home. And today it's the turn of this, a boring old file. We've all got one for keeping notes and for schoolwork, but with a little bit of Fingertips know-how, we're going to show you how to turn it from this into this. The Fingertips Style File. It's the latest in stationery fashion, with all of the coolest accessories. By making use of your old denims and creating this fashionable file, you can become a student with style. Just check out these ready-made pockets, handy for storing your notepads and other equipment. And the belt loops are ideal places for attaching all sorts of bits and pieces. We've used this one for a handy pen chain. And we give the Fingertips Style File a difficulty rating of 2. So, to make yourself a style file, you need to get hold of an old pair of jeans or any trousers made from a tough material. Lay them out flat in front of you and place your boring old file opened out on top of them, with the top hem of the jeans showing over the top, and then cut off the jeans just below the bottom of the file. Now, you'll probably find that your jeans are a little bit narrower than your opened out file, so you need to make some cuts up the front of the trouser legs, a few centimetres in from the seams, about here and here, like that. And as you can see, I've also cut along the inside of the waistband. So you need to place the file back on top of your jeans, tucking the file under that hem, and stick down all of these edges, and you can use some fabric glue for this, so along the bottom and edges of the file, and you might want to trim off some of the bulky bits as you go along, and then leave it to dry. And once it has dried, you can neaten it off inside by edging it with some ribbon. So now you're ready to add all of your fashion accessories. The pockets are already in place to store all your bits and pieces. Just pop in a notepad and a large paper clip. And these belt loops are perfect for attaching your key rings and other decorations. Absolutely fabulous, aren't they? So why don't you give your file a fashion makeover with the Little Fingertips Style File.
Got a minute?
Because this is the part of the programme where we show you something that will take under a minute to make using odds and ends you find around your house.
Today it is my turn to make.
And it's my turn to time.
Don't need a lot of stuff for this one. This all I'm going to use paper, ruler, scissors, a couple of magnets, a pencil. That's all I need.
Not much there. You're going to have to hold it together for this one, Steve.
Was that a clue?
Yep, you're going to have a magnificent time.
Another clue.
On your markers.
Another clue.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, the magnitude of this make is incredible. Okay, all I need to do is get my ruler and just
5 seconds gone.
Ruler width line down there. Pair of scissors.
Yep.
I think I could do this in record time.
Oh, jinxed it now.
Cut along this line.
15 seconds gone already.
Very carefully. Well, maybe not that carefully. All right, keep going.
What? What was that?
There we go. How long?
You've had 23 seconds.
Okay, I'll do it by 30. You ready? Look, I'll put that on
Bet you
there.
won't.
One magnet. The other magnet goes there, and I ask you to stop that clock. Thank you very much.
Oh, 30 seconds exactly. Well done.
Hey, how do I know that? But
What is it?
well, you're going to love it, okay? All I do is I fold this in half like that. All right, I don't want the magnets to stick quite yet because this is the Fingertips magnetic bookmark. Now, you know when you're reading a book, you put the bookmark in, sometimes it falls out and you're like, well, where was I?
Very annoying.
Well, this will never happen again with this bookmark because one magnet goes on one side of the page, the other magnet attaches to the magnet that's on the other side like that. So now it will never ever fall out. How good is that?
That's really good. Now, we use just ordinary paper for our Minute Make, but you could use all sorts of materials. Let your imagination run wild. How about a brightly coloured card version, or one using ribbon? And you can even use pictures. Just make sure those pictures are symmetrical. So good.
Such a smart idea. And if you go to the Fingertips website, we put some designs on there that you can print off and add your magnets to.
So, see if you can beat the clock.
And make a Fingertips magnetic bookmark in under a minute.
Fingertips top tip. Place your thumb over the end of a straw dipped in paint. Keep your thumb over the end so you can move a small amount of paint easily.
Go on, Stephen, your turn. Have a bit.
But which bit?
That bit that's facing you.
Oh, not that old thing again.
If you're having your mates over for a sleepover party, then why not do it Fingertips style and make a game of pizza roulette the centrepiece of the party. This is the spinning pizza game where each slice hides a dare. You and your mates take it in turns to spin the pizza, and you must take the slice that stops in front of you. But what dare will you be faced with? Let the pizza decide.
No sleepover is complete without bowls of funky coloured popcorn and marshmallows. And how about making the Fingertips splodge cakes? They taste really nice. And we've also got chocolate brownies decorated with your friends' names.
And for when it gets dark, why not paint yourself a glow-in-the-dark sign and some stars? These ones are made from glow-in-the-dark oven-baked clay and, sorry about this, excuse me, and you could use some glitter paints to decorate push lights, like these.
So, once you've got plenty of food and decoration sorted, it's time to spin the pizza roulette. Now, we give this a Fingertips difficulty rating of 2. Tasty. It's really easy, it looks great, and it is a good laugh to play, and we are going to show you how to make it. No, we are going to show them how to make it. Yeah.
And you're going to be making this in your pyjamas, are you?
Oh. Oh, much better.
To make this tasty game, you need to eat a couple of pizzas first, because you want to get your fingertips on 2 polystyrene pizza bases. So take one of the bases and draw around it on a nice big piece of corrugated card. Right the way round, and cut this circle out. And when you have, divide it up using a ruler and cut it into 8 equal pieces, just like pizza slices. Perfect. Next, you need to take one of your polystyrene bases and cut it up into lots of little bits needed for your pizza topping. Now, we've drawn some circles for pepperoni slices, some strips for pieces of green pepper, and some little hoops for slices of olives. But you can make whatever toppings you like and then cut out all these shapes.
And when you have done that, you also want to chop up all the other leftover bits of polystyrene into tiny pieces, because this will make the tomatoey and cheesy bits of your pizza. Get them in a bowl and then add a generous amount of PVA glue. That should be enough. And give it a good mix. And then to this, you want to also add some flour, and the flour will thicken the whole thing up, make it nice and lumpy. That should do. Give it another mix there. Then lay out your card slices onto some plastic and put a generous amount onto each slice, and just spread it out. There we go. And do this to all the slices of your pizza. Then you'll be ready to add your bits of pepperoni, peppers and olives.
And once the whole thing has dried, your pizza is ready for painting. So use different colours for the different toppings of your pizza. We're using a sort of pinky brown colour for the pepperoni slices. And how about some black paint to make the olives look good enough to eat? Yum! Looks delicious. You now need to make the pizza's tray. So stick a rim of card around the outside edge of your other polystyrene base, and this will stop the slices flying off when you spin your pizza game. Next, take a sweet tube, and you're going to stick this to the bottom of the tray as part of the spinning mechanism. But first of all, you need to trim it down to size. Snip all the way along one edge, like that. Give it a little squeeze together, and fix it back in place with some sticky tape. So your tube is now narrower than it was before. Then with your scissors, make slits all the way around one end of the sweet tube. Carefully does it. You then want to fan these pieces out, and you'll stick this onto the bottom of the tray, and use lots of pieces of sticky tape to make sure it's secure. And then you can paint the pizza tray any colour you want.
And now for the final bit, that's the base. This is really easy. All you need is a yoghurt pot, a bit of modelling clay, piece of card and a pencil, and make sure that the card is bigger than your yoghurt pot. The modelling clay, that's going to weight the whole thing down. So place that on the card, yoghurt pot on top, and just push your pencil all the way through, like that, through the modelling clay and into the card, and then secure it in place with some sticky tape. Like that, there and there. And then you can paint it to give it a nice, neat finish.
And when you've done that, you're ready to play the game. Just remember to tack your dares to the underside of each pizza slice, but only use a small bit of tack, because once you've chosen a slice, you remove the dare. So then if you pick a slice and the dare's already gone, you can breathe a sigh of relief until your next turn.
Now, if you would like to have a go at making your own spinning pizza roulette, then why don't you go to the Fingertips website. Just click on Party and you'll find everything that you need to know.
So, sleep tight and treat your mates to a sleepover party, Fingertips style. Well, Stephen, your turn.
Here we go, come on. Ooh, this one. Okay, let's have a look. What? I am not doing that. Sadly, that's all we've got time for today.
If you want to make anything from the programme, just check out the Fingertips website. The address is on the screen now.
And we'll see you very soon for some more Fingertips. Bye.
Bye.